Hey guys, we're back.
Hello.
With more
Yes, we
stuff.
are.
So we're going into the home stretch of the game, as far as we understand. So just giving my guys one last once over. And this is, I guess this is our facility that we're stuck with for the rest of the game.
Yeah, no picks.
We did get the shoes, which is mildly annoying, but that's
But
fine.
nary an Aleph to be seen.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
It's cool unless there's a hidden extra suppression, which can only be damaged by abnormalities that have been sprung
You know, I was watching
from the cages.
I was watching a previous video we did, like really old video, like episode 5 or something.
Yeah.
And it just to see the context for somebody left a comment. I was just curious what the context was for that comment.
Yeah.
And I came across a bit where, completely unrelated, where you said something like, "All right, so the shoes in the book are melting down."
Okay.
It just sounded really funny out of context.
Yeah. Man, we're so savvy now.
No,
Do you remember?
It was painful to watch that little bit of that video because we were just so woefully uninformed
Yeah.
about how all the stuff... Oh, also,
Look at that. You have to get it in.
yes. Just want to exercise my my restored ability to pause things.
Yeah, I just thought of how fresh we were. We were so green.
Yeah.
We were such little spring chickies.
I feel I feel a little annoyed when I see people posting comments on the really early videos, and I just want to be like, no, we're not bad
better than that
forever.
now, yeah.
We get good eventually.
You know what though? I am proud. I'm proud of our early videos because too many people would have just looked up all they needed to know and gone at the game completely prepared. And what's the point?
But I wasted valuable hours of my life
That is correct.
hitting my head against the wall.
Yeah.
until I finally intuited something.
That's how games are meant to be played.
Or until our viewers got so sick of my bullshit that they would just outright tell me, you're doing this thing wrong.
And now we sit around, calmly run our facility, and talk about juicy gossip. And
Der Freischwitz and Schadenfreude were like the most terrifying things ever
oh man,
at the time. Like I could not get Schadenfreude to work without it killing somebody.
yeah,
Oh, and the shoots.
yeah.
We
We didn't know you could click on the guys.
Yeah, we got the shoes like really early on, and we didn't have the stats to work on them, so they were just insurmountable. And they would still they would still steal the minds
Yeah.
of my guys. That was a really terrible thing to get when you don't know how the game works. But yeah, now we are strong.
And we're almost done.
Yeah. I mean, presumably. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's 50-something days.
Oh, is there? Okay. Well, still, we are very close.
Very close.
We're very close to the home stretch.
So, speaking of... Oh, right, nothing melts down.
Oh wow! Look at that.
That is my reward for all that hardship.
Yeah.
One day where nothing can melt down. Because I'm assuming that day 46, starts taking away my hard-earned shit again.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, speaking of the gossip and whatnot.
Oh, I have so much, but you go first.
Did you see that apparently, I believe the guy who did the Castlevania show is pitching a Devil May Cry show?
I did. I was gonna bring that up, and I'm kind of stoked.
Well, too bad. I did it first.
Yeah, no, good.
I beat you.
Because I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, no, it's. I'm pretty stoked. One, because Castlevania turned out pretty great.
Yeah, Castlevania is fantastic. Did you watch the new episodes?
I did. Yeah, it was really cool.
Oh man, that final fight.
Okay, can we sidebar here for a second? What I wanted to say about Castlevania to someone was I really liked it. The only thing I would have hoped that was different was I would have liked the final fight again. Okay, here's your spoiler warning for Castlevania, guys. There. But I would have liked the final fight against Dracula to have been more of a team effort all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
Because it started out really, really cool, and I really felt that Castlevania 3 vibe where, you know, Trevor and Sypha and Alucard, and we couldn't fit Grant in here.
Man, why the fuck couldn't... They can't fit Grant into anything.
Yeah,
why?
Nobody likes Grant.
Like, even in... I always forgot the name of it, but I always forget the name of the games that star Soma.
But Symphony of the Thing?
Well, no, Symphony of the Night is the Alucard one.
Oh no, yeah,
that inspired all that shit.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the second one that they made for the DS, that one had a mode called Julian mode, and it was an homage to Castlevania 3.
Oh.
Because instead of playing as Soma, you play as Julius mode.
Oh.
I think he's Julius. You play as Julius Belmont.
The wolf? No.
No,
he's
the newest Belmont.
Oh, okay.
And so you play as him, and then you go through the game, and you pick up Alucard, and you pick up Sypha's like great to the millionth power granddaughter, and you get them as playable characters that you can switch between.
Okay.
And it's basically Castlevania 3, but you know,
but with the different Belmont.
Yeah, exactly. Well, different Belmont, but I mean, like it's Castlevania 3 gameplay being done inside a Symphony of the Night kind of environment. It's lots of fun, but there's no Grant equivalent. There was going to be, because people have found like unused dialogue, which implies that this other guy, the guy who normally functions as a merchant in the main game, was going to join you, and he's like an army guy, so presumably he was going to fill the role of dude who throws knives at things and climbs on walls.
Okay.
But even then, they decided to just drop him. So, yeah, like no...
Because Grant isn't pretty or a Belmont. So nobody wants him.
They made him a werewolf for some reason in that one game. Judgment?
No. In Judgment, he was just Grant in bandages.
How did they made him... Oh, he was like he was some kind of monster, right?
No, he was just the experiment guy. He was just all bandagey and threw knives.
Well, why was he in bandages then? I thought I read that they'd made him like a monster of some kind.
I mean...
Because, I mean, he didn't have bandages in Castlevania 3, he was just a pirate.
Yeah, but... No, yeah, in Judgment, it was... He got captured by Dracula, and he was getting experimented on, but... He didn't have a monster form or anything. He was just all bandagey and...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought
he was like, oh, I'm a monster because I'm, like, ugly or have powers. One of those anime reasons for being a monster. And not...
Not a literal monster.
Not a literal monster, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think the last time Grant was actually in a video game, like, to do video game stuff, a la his original incarnation was, there's an homage boss fight in Symphony of the Night where Alucard has to fight his 3 buddies.
Yeah.
So Grant is in that game, and he's doing all his Grant stuff, and it's pretty great. But yeah, for some reason after that, then yeah, Konami just went, no, fuck Grant.
But, you know, Grant... Yeah, so Grant wasn't there in the anime, but...
Yeah, that was dumb.
I had that Castlevania 3 camaraderie vibe. And the initial fight scene was really cool because they were all trying to pull out their tricks. And Dracula's fought them away. But then, after the first scene, Dracula and Alucard just ran off to anime fight on their own.
But they say, like, right when the fight starts, Trevor's like, alright, Sypha, we gotta support Alucard.
Yeah,
you know?
which is fine. It's just
like
personal preference. I would have liked it to be a teamwork.
I agree that I would have liked the 3 of them working together to take down Dracula, but yeah, they made it very clear from the get-go, you know, Alucard is Superman.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're just keeping guys off of him.
Yeah. But, and then I was a little... I would have liked for Alucard to actually land a decisive blow instead of Dracula to just get sad and stop moving all of a sudden.
Well, that's totally how Symphony of the Night ended.
Yeah, it is. And
Alucard, you know, makes his dad really sad, and the boss fight just ends. There's no standing in the corner and spamming your broken, dash move over and over again. What kind of game were you playing?
Yeah. So, but no, other than that, it was a fantastic anime, and
incidentally, if
you all should watch it.
If they do a Symphony of the Night adaptation and they don't have like 5 episodes where Alucard just walks back and forth through the library waiting for Cressigrim to drop, if they don't include that, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to write angry letters because that is canon for Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware or care. That sword is broken as crap.
So I have other news in the cinematic realm to share with you, Alex.
Well, that was all I had, so by all means.
No, it's okay. Yeah, no, it's all good. So there was confirmation.
Like Catholic?
No, better. The good kind of confirmation. Here, I just want to pull this up and make sure I'm getting it right. Yeah. So one of my few celebrity crushes, Mila Jovovich, on her Twitter, tweeted out photos.
All right, nothing melts down.
of her and the other cast of the Monster Hunter movie.
I forgot she was going to be in it.
So yeah, well, no, this is the first time that I found out. So yeah, that was.
I thought you had mentioned that before.
No, I mentioned that there was going to be a movie.
I could have sworn you mentioned Mila Jovovich in that context.
But anyway, yeah. So
maybe I'm just making shit up.
So Mila Jovovich is going to be in it, there was some other guy, T.I. Harris, that I'm not familiar with. However, there was also, and I'm quite pleased about this, Ron Perlman.
For Monster Hunter?
Yes.
Is he going to voice a monster?
No, he's going to be one of Mila's hunter buddies.
I want a Rathalos voiced by Ron Perlman. I would literally kill people to make that happen.
Yeah, right.
Starting with Ron Perlman, so I could raise him as some sort of homunculus, and force him to do that role.
So she put out a bunch of photos of her on her Twitter, of her, and in some, I don't know. There's a bunch of pictures of army vehicles.
Will Smith would be Joggy. Because that would be hilarious.
There's a bunch of pictures of army vehicles and weapons that decidedly look non-Monster Hunter-ish. However, she assures us that there will be... Well, I don't know if this was on her Twitter, but there's other Monster Hunter thing I have, but apparently there will be more Monster Hunter-like armor and weapons in the movie. So I don't know if they're going to start out with...
This better not be like a modern day thing where fucking like Rathalos and whatnot wake up and the U.S. Army have to go take them down like
it
Transformers.
Might be because they're in cars and like you have jeeps and miniguns on the backs of the jeeps.
I'm going to be very upset. If that's the case.
But
I'm going to be so upset I'm going to go online and complain to people about why it's the worst thing ever.
It may start out like that, but apparently there will be, for some reason, they'll have to wear Monster Hunter-esque armor and weapons. And if you look at this picture... I
mean, it'll probably be because, like their hide is impervious to, like, ballistic weapons, but...
Yeah.
You take an impenetrable, you take an indestructible, monster, fang, and ram it through the hide of another monster, and, shit happens.
But if you take a look at this picture here, this is clearly Mila, and that's like a Monster Hunter World slinger on her arm there.
That is true.
So, yeah. Anyway, I mean, the cast photos are on...
I'm not happy.
The cast photos are on her Twitter, but if anyone needs them in the description of this video for some reason, just say so. But what else? There was a quote.
Look, Gabriella here is just straight up immune to the attacks of the sweepers.
Ah, cool. Boom.
Why has it gotta be black damage?
Here comes so much. And, okay, so more on the Monster Hunter movie. It's directed by W.S. Anderson, who was the guy that did the Resident Evil live-action movies that Mila Jovovich also starred in. So that may be why she is in the cast for this one.
Somebody died?
What?
People can die?
Frank? Who was Frank?
I don't remember who Frank was. Oh, Frank was that guy.
Sure.
Alright, well, I mean, it's no big loss.
Yeah. I mean, we learned that he just gets uploaded to the cloud, and then we re-download him into another homunculus body with log points. Anyway, so yeah, that guy... The director confirmed that the movie will only have existing monsters from the game, and no new monsters will be made up for the movie.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, so...
Unless they're gonna pull the wizard on us and, unveil, like, the cool new monster, at the last second.
Yeah, right?
That's a Super Mario Bros. 3 was officially revealed in the wizard.
And here's an answer to a question that was of particular interest to me. He was asked, is the movie similar to Resident Evil in that you're creating...
In that it sucks?
New original characters like Alice.
Which suck?
And he says, no, that there's going to be a lot of characters from the video game in it. And I assume he means world. Because he says there's going to be the Handler, the Admiral, and he says he wants a Palico, but I don't know if that's actually confirmed.
I mean, even if that's the case, he's clearly omitting the best character from the game.
Yeah? Do tell.
Do you really need me to eloquate this?
Let me think.
Who is the only possible person I could be referring to, Evan?
That mysterious hunter with the longsword?
No, Necco.
Oh! Well, I think he's talking about World.
Whose name means cats.
Yeah. The Argosy cat. Okay.
The Argosy is in World.
No, I know, but...
So, Necco should be forgiven.
Okay, I see where you're going.
I was mad that Necco wasn't in World proper.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, Necco means cat, should be in the movie.
Okay. But,
you gotta represent, the cat, demographic.
But yeah, so the,
Are you kidding me?
You kidding me? Anyway, to close this out, Mila says that shooting for the movie began this month of October 2018 in South Africa.
Was it with a heavy bowgun or a light bowgun?
It was probably a heavy camera gun.
That's not a weapon. And
it should be being released in 2020 sometime. So there you go.
Huh. Well, I want to be optimistic, but those Resident Evil movies are really bad.
Objectively, they weren't good.
That's a lot like saying they're really bad, but but more pussified.
I enjoyed them as a, I'm a fan of brainless popcorn action movies.
I couldn't even enjoy them to that extent, and I also enjoy brainless, popcorn movies.
It had zombie heads blowing up, and Mila in tight leather clothes.
Yeah, but Mila's character was the fucking worst.
Well,
ironically, by being the best, which is sort of the whole problem. Like, your original movie character should not be overshadowing the actual franchise characters you include in your movie. Like,
yeah.
Why even bother having the stars cast? If you're just gonna have fucking Alice, do all the shit and be all the shit.
Well, yeah, it's because that iteration was. Is Punishing Bird out?
Yes.
Yeah. It's because that iteration was just about Alice and how she was Umbrella's X Factor to make superhumans with the T-virus.
Yeah, then you leave it at that, and you don't, stick, Jill and Chris and all those dudes in there, because there's no point.
I think he spent like $5 on the movie. He's just like, let's get some cameos. It can only increase the value. that was easy.
That one employee death is kind of annoying me, but whatever.
Well,
We lose nothing now, so it's okay. We lose one. We lose like 1 point. Okay. We do have one more.
oh wait. So if we take Yang, we're gonna get Yin for sure, right?
I don't think you do any more picks after this.
Oh, okay. Well then, I mean, we can just take Yang and we won't get the other half.
I was gonna reroll.
Oh,
Furry Festival is a safe bet.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? That's.
Oh, I got to pick another one.
Oh,
Oh,
butterflies
yeah.
is
Yeah,
super easy.
We'll go with butterflies. Okay, I thought we were done picking at that point.
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
Is that A?
I'm assuming that's it.
It's red.
It's like a off red.
A long time has passed since my loved ones have left with their broken bodies and hearts. Whoa!
Ah.
We've finally met after taking a long detour.
His computer has like extra crap. It's like all steampunky.
Yeah. And it's a really old monitor.
I was also going to say, and also that monitor is old as shit. Wow.
Still running Windows ME.
Literally nobody has ever used Windows ME.
I sent you a... God damn it.
I mean, maybe he's being intentionally, like, muddling
Yeah.
the tenses? Like,
I sent you a letter someday.
it just... I can't help but think he looks like Tony Stark.
Yeah, kind of.
like
a
Robert
little
Downey
old and
Jr.
aged Tony
He's got
Stark.
the smirk, too.
Yeah.
Also, look at that chart. It is so charty.
Indeed it is. That old, strange letter that had the same name on sender and recipient.
I mean, would the post office even deliver that?
Yeah? It told you that we will meet soon. Yep. Why are you hesitating? Come with your mind at ease. I hope this environment satisfies you. I tried my best to recreate our office. Okay, it's fake.
I figured. But man, that chair looks so comfy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but that chair looks really comfy.
You need at least one place to feel comfortable, don't you? However, I speculate that you felt this place as a bit more serene than you might remember.
It's never good when people start taking pauses to, find the right word to insert in there.
Yeah. There are many reasons to that.
Sure.
This is the reflection of your heart, after all. We weren't particularly fond of untidiness. However, there was she who made a mess out of an organized room.
Is it Carmen?
Has to be. There were times when we were used to such messiness, giving up on cleaning the room.
Look at that. He's got... Oh, okay, I see. I thought he just randomly had the motto,
Yeah.
like, on the lower part of his wall for some reason. But now I see that he actually
it's
has
got
the
the
logo.
whole thing, yeah.
So that makes a bit more sense. Although it's still kind of weird that his private office even has that to begin with.
But, sadly, our hearts couldn't take those moments in. I'm sure now you know that this space changes to your heart. This office is born from your heart, siphoned up from your deepest unconsciousness.
That's not what siphoned means, but okay.
Yes, many parts of this facility were extracted and created from our minds. How did you think building such enormous underground structures in such short period of time was possible?
Man, we have evil shoes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
We have a well. We have the river that anything can spring from,
And the bucket.
and the bucket.
We don't. I just stopped asking questions.
We needed multiple extractions until finally until we finally solidified something that had no form.
So is the facility itself, like, technically an abnormality? Is he being literal about this?
Or maybe, I think he just means that they're putting a cognition filter over the everything instead of just the
Maybe.
workstations and the halls.
Maybe.
We repeated so many times until the memories were blurred and sins were forgotten.
Except the one sin, which you can't get rid of.
Nope.
Because you just start with him.
Yes, there were a lot of repeats. It must have been roughly 10 years outside, while this entire facility has been trapped in the cycle in length of 100,000 years.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah. This eternity is fascinating. All humans only live once.
Debatable.
Yeah, not in here they don't. The future comes to us like relentless waves of sea. We cannot go against them. We are merely pushed back by them. Time tracks technology.
Time tracks.
Oh, time tracks technology. Time track? Who's time track?
Time tracks. I'm assuming time tracks is another one of the wings.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually. Time tracks technology could only reverse time in a very limited area.
Bet you can't say time tracks technology 10 times fast.
Nope. This tech was used to rival to trivial things, such as the granting. Fuck. Start over. This tech was used to trivial things, such as granting the infinite moments of death to a condemned.
You're so expecting there to be errors. You're making up errors. What are you, a YouTube reviewer?
Or showing those whose times are numbered their happiest times. However, when combined with our energy tech, this small technology could bloom into something bigger. We invested on them without hesitation, even though they required massive amounts of funding and energy. That's how Time Track's second invention came to life.
The cup holder.
If time can be reversed infinitely, we could reach the sky which seemed unreachable. But, sadly, breaking an absolute rule cost us a lot.
Frank.
The reverse, although it could be executed infinitely, always left some form of distortion. This technology is not perfect yet either. No man could have their sanity intact in this place. But here you are. You reached this point, even though you limped on the way.
Do you think we have to munch like sanity bullets to keep our sanity up?
Yeah, probably.
Just have like a bowl of sandy bullets, like, on the desk.
Of course. It wouldn't have been possible if it were not for Angela. But it is a Herculean achievement that you went through that journey. Let your body and mind rest. You must be exhausted. The path after this will be brutal. Extremely brutal.
Like, so fucking brutal you wouldn't believe, bro.
It would be a legend of how brutal it is. Me and us, that you will meet again, will be also brutal.
I get what he's saying, but there's a better way to write that.
They will not let you pass, like I do. By any chance, if you think you're not ready yet, it is okay to go back to the starting point. Okay, so the time technology is how we're setting the memory points or whatever and replaying the previous days, I guess.
And presumably when you do a restart from day one, when you restart the whole loop again, that's the same technology you're using. That's why we keep our tech and stuff.
Okay. If you have reached here after such a long time, you will come again, no matter how long it takes. We literally have all the time in the world. There is no need to hurry.
I mean, people say that, but I mean, like, you don't have all the time in the world, just all the time in the localized area that you're resetting. So it literally is, I'm being really pedantic here for no reason. Anyway.
Literally is a trigger word for you.
Yes, it literally is.
Just keep in mind, that situation will be very much different if you move forward from here. You will be given harsh trials and unanswered, saturated questions.
What does that mean? Are the questions just going to be very, like, heavy with drama or something? Yeah, like, I've never heard saturation used alongside questions.
I mean, we are comparing... we have compared power and perhaps knowledge to water in so much as we have the river and use a bucket to draw it. So maybe the questions are in keeping in with that sort of watery...
Is knowledge like a sponge and it soaks up water from...
The questions are the sponge and the knowledge is the word, the information.
Which is transferred from the well with the bucket.
With the bucket! And
sense.
I think you already know that. You can reverse time. But you can't reverse a tail. Yep.
I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, that's the kind of thing that sounds like kind of deep, like for a second, and then you examine it and like, wait a second.
Well, listen. As I learned from my favorite anime, Serial Experiments Lane, you know, memory is a record. So the tale will be forever known, no matter how many times we reiterate it.
But you can just spin the record backwards, and then you get satanic messages.
Well, yeah, it's like driving your dad's car in reverse to make the mileage go backwards. You know, Ferris. Okay, that was eventful.
That was the thing, yeah. And now we have a new team, the architect team, and
Oh, and we have a lot more picks.
Wow, look at all those picks.
Okay, good thing we didn't pick Yang right away.
And I see we have a new goal to suppress
the white. I've never seen a white midnight. White anything.
We have not. Oh, can I put people there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, we will pick this up in the next video then.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys.